Started with Jalen Hurts. He suffered a shoulder injury last weekend against the Bears.
Yep.
So Gardner Minshew is starting versus Dallas, and the Cowboys are big favorites, obviously.
Yep.
This is great news for Patrick Mahomes, which now has a straight shot to MVP. But is Philly the best? Is Philly the best team in the NFC if Hurts isn't 100% for the playoffs?
Absolutely not. I don't think they're the best team in the NFC if he is. I think San Francisco's the best team in the NFC, but they obviously need Hurts fully operational. This is not going to be, I wouldn't imagine, a situation like Carson Wentz goes down, Nick Foles comes in, goes on a magical ride, they win the Super Bowl. That team, listen, Minshew is a good backup. He is not what Jalen Hurts has been so far this year, so they need Hurts back. With that said, guys, I don't want to sound like old school football yelling at a cloud guy. But there is a reason that for the entirety of NFL history, teams have not wanted their quarterback to be their primary running threat. And what we have seen this year is validation of that. Now, let me be clear. Having a quarterback that is not a pure drop back passer and can beat you with his legs is a massive edge and a massive advantage. And it is hard in modern NFL to overcome if you don't have that. Burrow can do it. Herbert can do it. But almost all the other excellent quarterbacks add a dimension with their legs. But that needs to be something that is done in case of emergency, not what you build your offense around. And Josh Allen can beat you with his arm, but he also, quarterback designed runs are a massive part of what the Bills do. And they're almost unguardable, indefensible, I should say. With that said, Josh Allen's got a banged up elbow and has had it for weeks now, and they keep running him. That would concern me. Lamar, running almost has to be a part of his game. Not shockingly, for the second straight year, he's hurt. Kyler is hurt, and with a serious injury. Jalen Hurts is hurt. So there is some injuries in the NFL are fluke or random, nothing you could do. Some spots, you've got to make responsible decisions in how you use these guys.
Justin Fields, too.
He was
just hurt.
He got banged up in that last game. Now, with Justin Fields and with Lamar, Fields where he is now, and Lamar, it just seemed, he hasn't evolved enough as a passer yet. And I don't know, at this point, I don't know if he will. I understand the idea of, that is the best part of their game. So we're not going to take it out. Jalen has shown enough evolution as a passer, and Josh Allen certainly,
right,
that I would be more judicious with it. Mahomes is a great runner. He's not that fast, but he runs to open area and he's effective. But the Chiefs do that in case of emergency, and they never do designed quarterback runs. All of Mahomes' runs are scrambles. With the Eagles, they've solved 3rd and 1 and 4th and 1. How have they done it? By having Jalen Hurts run directly into the back of the offensive line, then having two guys shove him in the back. So you have your franchise quarterback with 21 guys on the field, all hitting him from different angles. That's risky.
Yeah.
Just flatly risky. And so I think that is something these teams have to consider. That's first of all. Second of all, on the Mahomes MVP thing. I told you guys when it became Mahomes versus Hurts that just wait long enough. And if Hurts fell off, and at this point he hasn't fallen off, but he did throw a couple picks last week and now he's going to miss a game, they will create a new contender. Mark my words. If the Bengals beat the Patriots this weekend, which they should, the narrative on all the shows next week will be, oh, if Joe Burrow and the Bengals beat Josh Allen, is he the real MVP? So it's going to, the narrative will have gone Mahomes versus Allen, to Mahomes versus Hurts, to Mahomes versus Burrow. Tua was almost in it at one point, but then he fell off. Instead of just acknowledging that the most talented player, whose team has the second best record in football, who has the most yards by a mile, the most touchdowns by a mile, and a passer rating higher than all the other MVP candidates, that he's the MVP, folks are going to try to create a two-person race, even if that second person is just constantly changing.
Hey, thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe button to get more from the show, and make sure to click the bell to get notified every time new content drops. Check out full episodes of What's Right wherever you get your podcasts, or just click the link in the description below.